This is Hoopers on Hooping, becoming more. Tune in with your host, Jalen Dupree. Best podcast ever.
A show.
Good evening, everyone. This is Hoopers on Hooping, becoming more. Your host, Jalen Dupree. We have special guest, Brandon Moss, returning basketball player for Simpson University from Stockton, California. How you doing, man?
Good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Nice. How does it feel being your senior year?
I don't necessarily feel pressure. I feel more of relief, just almost being done with school,
Nice.
an academic aspect. As far as basketball, I'm really excited. I stayed here all summer, so just having the ability and the chance to be able to stay here and work out. I feel that coming into this year is something that I can put onto the court and help the team this year.
Nice. So I see that, your hometown Stockton. Nice. You went to high school at Bear Creek High School?
Yeah,
Nice.
Bear Creek High School, that place. I missed that place.
Nice. And you're majoring in political science, right?
Yes, poli-sci.
Nice. What made you want to major in that?
Well, me being a transfer student at my junior college, we didn't have political science. We had criminal justice. So that is what I pursued for my first degree, my Associate of Science. And prior to me getting here, I obviously wanted to keep that focus within that realm of law enforcement, criminal justice. And when I came here, I found out that they didn't have the criminal justice program. So the closest thing to that was political science. So I didn't mind focusing in some policy area in regards to informing myself and getting educated. And in addition to that, that was the closest thing to criminal justice. So I figured, why not give it a shot and see what it's about. And so far, I've enjoyed it, and it's been a lot of work, but it's good. So
Nice, man. Nice. And your transfer college that you came from was Modesto Junior College, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Nice. How was it there? You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it. Not necessarily a culture shock, but more of just a different experience, especially coming out of high school.
Right.
It's the first time living on my own, away from home, a city an hour away from home, although it's not too far. I didn't have the transportation and stuff to get home. So once I was there, and it was always just school and basketball and,
Right.
Living on my own with, 4 or 5 other guys in an apartment. You're getting a taste of what it's like to be on your own as far as supporting yourself. So
Right.
the experience overall was really good. Learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about who I am as a basketball player,
Nice.
and just have learned over time to set my roles, and that has helped me even being here. So
Nice. I like that. So, man, see that you've been playing basketball for a while. See that you have a passion for it by playing with you. It was awesome playing with you last year. But my first question to you is, what brought you to the game of basketball?
Personally, what brought me to the game of basketball, it was always something that I did for fun. As a kid, you always go to the park or whatever it may be, however you do it. You go and it's fun at first.
Right.
What made me start getting serious about basketball, and a lot of people don't know this, is that I always played basketball, and it's always been around my family. People in my family play basketball.
Nice.
When I was younger, it actually wasn't for me. My first sport was actually football.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't get serious about basketball until my freshman year. And this is one of the things that actually brought me to the sport, was when I realized how good I was at it. And when I hit a growth spurt, I actually wasn't always tall. So my freshman year of high school is when I really started to get serious, because I saw the opportunities that it brought for me.
Nice.
And I saw the things that it kept me away from. Growing up in Stockton, it's not the best area.
Right.
So just seeing the opportunities that it brought me and the things that it steered me away from was more the reasons that I actually went towards basketball, more than the fact that I wanted to play college basketball. When I first started playing college basketball, I didn't know if I wanted to play. I never imagined myself playing at the university level. It was just always something I could go to get away from the things that were in my environment. So
Yes, get away from the negativity, man.
Mhm.
I feel it. Man, that's awesome, man. So that leads me to my next question. How did you come to Simpson? How did you end up? How did you even know about the school?
Coming to Simpson was a journey because I never imagined myself even, I never imagined myself being here in
Right,
Reading
right,
at Simpson. Reading itself was somewhere, you come to get away.
right.
I never imagined myself going to college here, but the journey, the journey coming here has been a blessing because not only do I love it here, but
Nice.
I feel like this is a perfect environment for me. But the journey getting here it was it was kind of rough, but once I got in, it was all good and it was smooth. But I was
Nice.
originally going to go to college in New London, Connecticut, to a
Wow.
Division III school named Mitchell. I had a full ride scholarship there. I had a few other offers in Vermont.
Oh wow.
And I don't know, something was telling me not, just wait, wait.
Right.
Talking to my parents constantly about it, them being there for me. The journey itself was really long. I signed late here. So it
Wow.
was a day I was Josh Brackey, he played here last year. We
Yeah.
had the same trainer back home. He's from Tracy and I'm from Stockton, not too far. And
Right.
him and I have been playing against each other since high school, since my sophomore year. And us having the same trainer, it was literally a random day. We got done with our training session and I'm talking to him and I'm telling him how I'm feeling about the school in Connecticut, how I'm not too sure, I'm not certain about it. And he's like, you should check
Check
Simpson
that
out.
out. Yeah.
Check Simpson out. We could use a guy like you.
Right. Right.
He's explaining to me how he's tired of playing against me and all this stuff. So, um, he gives me the coach's number, and I actually text the coach. And long story short, the coach offers me basically a tryout. So, moving forward, there was a specific day I actually drove out here, literally 3
Oh
hours,
wow.
3 hours for. I'm talking like less than an hour's worth of workout. And I get here in Reading and I go to this school and I walk into the gym and there's every single coach on the coaching staff sitting there in the bleachers. And then there's me.
Yeah.
And Coach Todd, he our head coach, he gets straight to it. He tells me, lace him up and, put the cones here, put the cones there.
Right.
And we got straight to it.
Nice.
The workout went really well, and I'm actually quite surprised because this is also 3 hours worth of driving. My legs were tight and stiff, but the workout went really well. And after our workout, he sits me down. He talks to me, and he's explaining. He's like, we're looking for a specific type of kid that fits in our program, not just athletic wise, not just basketball, but does their character fit in our program?
Right.
Are they a good person?
Right.
And this is something that we had it was about a 15-minute conversation, and the coaches are all still there, and they're all just talking to me. And, into that conversation, at the end of it, he says, you fit that category.
Nice.
And he says, do you want to go look at the campus? Because we actually went to a gym off campus.
Right.
So, we go to the campus and we're checking it out. And I had already been doing research actually prior, so I looked into like some of the programs and stuff. So it wasn't just like me just coming here as just basketball. It was academic stuff as well. But get here and then we're walking around and he shows me everything. And at the end of our little visit, he says, "All right, well, are you ready to sign now?" I was like, "Well, I don't know." He was like, "Well, this is what you wanted, right? You didn't drive 3 hours for no reason." So I'm like, okay, like, why not? This is what I want. So I called my dad before I signed my papers, and
Nice.
I tell him, and it was such a big relief because to have your parents feel proud of you,
Right.
to have another opportunity, it's a blessing. So
yes, definitely.
The journey itself, I mean, that's a shortened version. There's a lot of stuff that goes into the whole story, but I've been blessed to even have this opportunity and be here and be around some of the guys that not only that I met last year, but this year as well. And so the journey itself is truly a blessing. So.
Nice. I like that, man. Man, I know you wasn't prepared to sign right then and there, man. I know that was tough.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure.
I feel it, man. Okay, nice. So, how has basketball changed your life?
Oh man, basketball has itself has been a complete blessing because I think this is one of the important things that people don't realize about basketball is that basketball is not just a sport. Basketball, you meet so many people. I mean, these are not only long-term friends that you're meeting potential, business partners. There's so many different levels of what basketball do for you, and what basketball can do for you. And like I mentioned earlier, basketball was something for me that saved me from, just being straightforward, the street life and growing up where I did, and seeing some of my friends, the path that they went down. Whereas seeing some of my other friends that play sports, the path they're going down, which is the path that I'm on, which is good.
Right.
So, basketball itself is just, it's a blessing because it does so many different things, and it's saved my life, and I can honestly say that it saved my life in a numerous amount of ways.
Wow.
So I hope that answers the question.
Definitely.
I hope it does.
Definitely, that's a blessing, man. That is definitely a blessing, man. What influenced you or motivates you to keep playing the game of basketball? Because a lot of players nowadays that around this age they stop, they just start to work, they feel like they're not going to go further with basketball, so they stop. But what motivates you to give you that drive to keep pushing basketball?
Something that motivates me a lot, and I feel like this is such a random weird answer, but my siblings, my siblings, seeing how they look up to me.
Right.
Me personally, I'm the second oldest, and my older brother, he's on a different path. He didn't really play sports.
Okay.
He has his own thing going on. But for me personally, I didn't have someone to look up to. I didn't have something that drove me.
Right.
So it was all on myself. I had to be my self-motivator.
Right.
So I don't want my siblings to necessarily have to be the same way that I am, because I've realized that life happens, and not everyone has the same attributes that I may have.
Right.
My siblings may not be able to motivate themselves the way that I was able to. So therefore, I want to provide an example for them. I want to be a leader for them and show them that, if you participate in sports, if you have something to work towards, you can work towards that, and it can benefit you for the best way that it may for you. And whether that's sports, whether that's art, dance, whatever they may be into, it's just something to see that it's something for them to see that they can work towards something and they can benefit them as long as they work hard. And they see that in me, coming out of high school, where I was supposed to go to a Division II school and I wasn't able to because of my grades. So I had to go to junior college, but I kept working. So, they're just able to see something that you can work towards, and it can help you in the long run. And like I said, it's bigger than basketball, as I already mentioned. So
nice. I like that. Nice. Beautiful. As athletes, you deal with a lot of pressure in games, having to perform in big crowds. Family may be there, girlfriend may be there. So many things. Coaches, scouts, anything. How do you deal with pressure of having to perform in front of like huge crowds?
This is such a great question, because I'm still learning how to deal with pressure. You played with me last year.
Yeah, of course.
I personally, in my opinion, last year I didn't deal with pressure too well. It's things that we're continuously learning, especially us being so young in this game of basketball.
Right.
But how do I deal with it personally? Going to sound like a really cliche answer, but sometimes you just got to take deep breaths and you got to just relax. Because when you overthink, and this is from my perspective, this is what used to get me last season. When you overthink, that's when everything just shuts down and it doesn't go the way that you want it to go.
Right. Correct.
I often tell myself that it's no reason to kind of freak out, because we do this every day. The only difference is you're in a game situation or whatever it may be. But ultimately, you do this every day. It's almost your job.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
If you do your job every day, you're crafting what you need to do to get better at that job.
Correct.
I don't feel that you need to necessarily be nervous. And like I said, I was here all summer. So I worked very, very hard. I don't feel like I'm going to let, those breakdowns affect me, because I know the work that I put in. I hate to sell myself short because of that. So to answer the question, how do I deal with it? I'm still learning, but sometimes you just got to relax, and you don't want to overthink. So
man, I think that's that's number one rule. Take that deep breath, man. That helps so much, man. But it's all a learning process, man.
Absolutely.
But that's good. You're growing on that. quick little question. You can just, give a little short answer. Do you have any rituals that you must perform for a game? That can be praying, listen to one song, eating something before every game.
I'm a music guy.
Yep.
Good music, man, before a game.
Nice.
That's all I need. Some people do the gummy bears and all this stuff. I'm a simple guy. Give me some good music, I'll be just fine.
Nice. So since you say music, give me your 5 top artists.
Oh man, top five
artists or songs that you.
Okay, top 5 artists. Right now, I'm a big Uzi Vert fan, Lil Uzi Vert.
Okay.
Dom Kennedy, he's always up there.
L.A., yes sir.
Yeah, loves Dom Kennedy. I'm a very, very big Mozzie fan.
Okay.
I used to not really like Mozzie. Nice. But yeah, Mozzie.
Nice.
Who else? I mean, there's so many different genres. If we're talking genres here, it's hard. But if we're talking just hip hop, rap, what I listen to before games, then okay, who else do we have here? Some T Grizzly.
Okay, yep.
And then I feel like you can never go wrong with some Rick Ross. I feel like he's very underrated. Rick Ross very underrated. So
love his music.
That'd be my top 5. That'd be my top 5 for sure.
Nice. Okay, man, we have like 3 more questions I just want to ask you, man. The first one is, in what area do you feel you've improved most from last year?
Are we talking like
your
physical characteristics, game characteristics, like just basketball overall?
It could be anything. So you can say like, I feel like my attitude has improved. My shot, my dribbling.
Okay. I think one of the big areas. Can I give 2? Is that okay?
Yeah.
I think 2 of the biggest areas that I think that I know that I've increased in is definitely my attitude. I feel like last year that's something that stopped my potential so much because that often conflicted with me and coach. And if I can't be on the floor, then I can't contribute to my team. Right. So yes, my attitude and my strength over my physical strength. I was in the weight room all summer. Nice. That workout you gave me, thank you for that. I followed that all summer, and that's something that's helped me because my basketball skill itself is there. But some things, if you improve upon that, your basketball skill will also improve. And my strength, that's helped me so much.
Nice.
My shooting's well, but the top 2 things is my attitude and my strength. Those have benefited me to the most. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, man, we're gonna check you out when the year starts, man.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. My third question is, what is your fondest memory of this past season?
This past season? Man. We have so many. My fondest memory. I think my fondest memory of past season would probably be, as surprising as it sounds, I think it'd be the Chico State game.
Oh, wow.
Because the Chico State game, I mean, we got there and these guys were looking at us like, we were nothing.
Exactly.
But just the fact that we almost beat those guys. Man, right. We put it all on the floor. I feel like it's always good to play against schools like that. So honestly, I think one of my fondest memories would be playing against Chico State.
Nice.
Because and it's personal for me as well because that's actually, I mentioned the Division II school.
Right.
That was actually the school that I was going to go to. So
crazy.
And the coaches knew me and stuff. So it was just good to be able to play against those guys and actually get better because that helped us a lot going into a conference play, playing against top quality teams. Yes. So that definitely be one of my fondest memories.
Nice. So I'm going to give you one more question. It's my last question for you, man. How do you want your teammates to remember you?
That's a great question. See, and I love questions like this because these are questions that I literally can apply to my day-to-day life. And of course, I want my teammates to remember me as a good person, a good teammate. Because outside of basketball, we're friends, and I want them to remember me as a good friend, as someone that's always there, no matter what, off the court, on the court.
Nice.
I want them to remember me as just an overall good person. Like,
awesome.
when I hear people talk about me and they say like, oh, B Moss is funny and stuff, like that makes me feel good, because it's not that I try to give off that impression, but I'm not a negative person, so I like to give out, positive vibes, however you want to phrase it. Right. So overall, I just want them to remember me as a positive, good person, a good friend, just someone who's, down to earth, and remember me for that.
Yep. Cool.
So, yeah.
Man, that's a blessing to hear, man. Well, guys, man, that's all we have today on Hoopers Hooping, Becoming More. Look out for Brandon Moss. It's his senior year, entering his second season for 2018-19 campaign, and just look out for him, man, because he flies high. So you most definitely got to look out for him, man. But we're blessed to have you, man, and have a good rest of the evening, man. And man, we'll look for you for the season, man.
All right, thank you.